What's up, y'all?
Yeah, Jaxson, first on that, the third quarter stint, D'Lo was just telling us about it, kind of from his perspective and what you were doing to get to the rim repeatedly. What was the kind of the challenge for you at halftime, knowing AD wasn't going to return and you were going to try to step in and help wherever you could?
The main thing for me was just staying out of foul trouble then, once I knew AD wasn't coming back in for the game. Because, if I got into foul trouble, then we really wouldn't have much after. So that was just the biggest thing for me, is just keep my hands up and just trying to give the guys as much energy as I can, because I know it's big shoes to fill.
And what specifically was working in some of those actions? Like, we understand screening hard and rolling to the rim and catching the ball high, but what was clicking for you with D'Lo in those settings?
They were just in a drop, and I was just making sure I set my screens and got hits on them so Low could come off a little bit open, which made the big step up on majority of those ones. And then when Rudy stepped up, and I just had a free lane at the rim, and so Low just made me look good, and yeah.
Okay.
I know we're not in reflection mode yet for the season. Is still, the postseason to play out. But D'Angelo was just giving you a compliment, saying you're going to make yourself a lot of money this summer, based on what you've done with the Lakers. Have you had a chance to kind of assess the decision to come here and how it's gone based on what your expectations were up to this point?
This offseason, I definitely had a few options, and one of the main reasons why I wanted to come here was to play with great players like that, like Low, like Bron, like AD, Austin, and just be able to play pick and roll with guys like Low and Austin and LeBron. And so, I feel like this was the best choice for me, and I'm definitely don't regret it.
Jaxson, when you get to the gym and you learn, it's a big game, and you know what you guys have been fighting through with the road trip and stuff, and you learn that, LeBron's got the flu or he's sick and he's not able to play, and then AD gets knocked out of the game. Does that deflate the team at all? Just because you guys I know the mindset was to finish 4-0 and kind of keep climbing. Was there any sort of did that kind of knock you guys back a little bit, and then you had to kind of refocus?
For every team, when your best two players don't play, it definitely hurts a little bit. As the main guys that generate most of our shots in the normal games when we have everyone playing. So, it definitely, I wouldn't say it was a downer, but, it definitely hurts not obviously having them out there.
Early in the season, we talked about this, there would be times where you just have to leave games early because of the fouling. Maybe not being in the right position, swiping when you're not supposed to, down the line. What goes into just reducing the fouling? I know it's just simple to say, but I'm sure there's a lot of work that goes into that behind the scenes.
Really just knowing what positions you got to be in, getting your spots early, just watching a lot of film. That was the main thing for me, was watching a lot of film and just knowing where I needed to be before I needed to be there. So I'm not coming late and not having to foul because I'm coming late. And then just stuff working on coaches, like with our coaches, just like me being in the drop and then just sliding over and going verticality and just showing my hands, just little things like that was what we were working on.
Jaxson, in what ways do you feel like you've grown as a screener, and how much of that is just reps with those guys versus actually kind of working through things during the season? How have you seen that kind of evolution throughout the year?
Definitely grown a little bit. I got a lot more to do, but I've just kind of gone by this season trying to learn when to set them, when to slip them, and just how guys like certain screens, if certain guys like me to slip out, certain guys like me to flip them when I get there, just stuff like that. Definitely helps, and just being able to play with guys and get all the reps in is just definitely very helpful.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.